Okay. Season 3. Oh no, season 3. Episode 3 of Hawkeye. I said season 3. Alright guys. Welcome to we're gonna do a recap of Hawkeye, episode 3 of the only season 1 of Hawkeye. I don't know what the hell I was talking about. Season 3.
We want more seasons.
We do. Well, I don't know. Ask me later.
Right.
But yeah, I'm Chris.
This is Daniel,
and we're gonna do a recap of episode 3. We just saw Hawkeye. Overall, I thought it was great. What did you just think about it?
Oh yeah, the third episode. Yeah, I thought it was a really great episode. It was shorter, but like it was like intriguing the whole way. Like there was like no boring, like there was like just like action like story, and it was like just intriguing all throughout the episode, and definitely was a great episode.
I thought it was good too. I thought it was great, and I thought it stood out beyond like episode 1, episode 2 because they it's like they really like even after the first like the action sequence with the whole thing with the car and whatnot, but after that was done, when they toned it down and they and that moment where Kate and Clint could just sit down and just like have a moment of like rest and peace, and talk. I thought that was great. Especially when it led into like the phone call situation where he was trying to have a conversation. He thought he was talking to his wife, but he turned into it, and it showed. It was like the ultimate like sidekick moment. Where he was like, whoa, wait, that's not your wife. That sounds like a little boy, and she helped him out because Clint is going through hearing loss, and I don't know. I guess he's not hiding it, but he's kind of still sensitive about it, and Kate knew to she didn't like interrupt the conversation. She assisted. I thought that was a good moment. It spoke volumes to me.
Yeah, it's like basically they're it's like I feel like there's like trust between them now, and they're like starting to bond. Like with the whole like basically like in the train scene, he didn't know anything she was saying, but he was saying the exact same thing that she was on her mind. Yeah, even though he didn't know it. Like
they were mind melding.
Like just like you're right. You are a really good archer, and then like, and she was like, "What, really?" And then like she thought he was talking about the dog, but and then he said that, "Oh yeah, about you being a really good archer. It's true." And like, maybe you should walk the dog. Like,
maybe I should walk the dog. And then later he was like, "Maybe you should walk the dog."
Like their mindset was kind of like in sync at that point, and it was pretty cool to see them like they're actually bonding over things now. And
Marvel is laying it on pretty thick that they're mind melding, and she's becoming a good fill-in for Hawkeye, and that he's accepting of it. But in reality though, I would think like a guy like a soldier like Clint would have gone years before being accepted into S.H.I.E.L.D. And I'm sorry, I mean maybe she has done like she's trained herself, she's had the privilege and the money to put into her, invest in herself with the martial arts, with the bowman and thing, like an Olympian bowman and all that stuff. That's fine, but that's different from enlisting in like an organization like the Army or like S.H.I.E.L.D. or something like that Clint did, and was actually having to work within an organization, an establishment like the military or like S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm like, well, maybe it's the same, maybe it's not, I don't know, but I'm still feeling kind of standoffish about how if she's becoming the new Hawkeye, like, are you instantly going to be like, based on Clint's word, is Samuel L. Jackson, what's his character's name?
Fury.
Nick Fury going to be like, okay, welcome to S.H.I.E.L.D., or does she still have to go through immense training to be welcome into like S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that stuff? Because I'm sorry, I mean, like I said, she's an Olympian, she has the skills, but still, she's still like 22. Is she ready to like to have the same clearance as Clint?
I feel like she will need to prove herself consistently.
Yeah,
and they'll have her, if she comes work with Shield, they'll put her through a program to test every quality of hers, and how do you perform under this pressure
situation? Yeah.
They'll put her through things to tap out in the field, and how does she respond to the situation before they actually put her out on a mission. If it actually leads to that. And I think Clint being her mentor is what could help her get to that too. And I feel like this for him, this episode was his strong suit. It showed all his skills when he was fighting them off inside the wherever they were, the gym or something. What was the building?
That warehouse.
The warehouse. Basically.
Where was it? The tracksuit mafia was held off at. Yeah.
Basically, I showed how good his skills are.
Yeah.
When shooting while he's jumping off sideways.
He still got it.
Yeah, I'm hiding in the pit and then stabbing people in the shoe like that. It showed that he's still got it. His skills are still there, and that's why. And I liked how it started their bond from the beginning.
Yeah,
he was her hero from the beginning.
Yeah,
because how he saved her life in the Battle of New York, and basically when she met him, she's like, "You're Hawkeye." She basically he was her hero. He was her hero from the start, and she was his role model and all that. Even though he doesn't think he's a role model to anybody because of his time as Ronin and all that, but it eventually was a strong episode for him, showing who he actually is. And
right. And, I thought that was good. The first episode to me dragged because they weren't together. When then by the second episode, I thought the second episode was the best,
right?
Because their dynamic together is awesome. I love the way they their dialogue, the way they play off of each other. And episode 3 was a step up from that. I loved episode. I didn't like episode 1 that much, but I loved episode 2, and I loved episode 3 even more, which is a good sign for me because it's telling me that it's getting better. So if you're one of those guys who I loved episode 1 and episode 2 is even better, it's just an escalator so far. The scene where when I love this episode because they took some time away. And we got to learn about our new villain, our new antagonist, Echo,
which might end up being good in the end.
Yeah,
she did her own show later on, so we'll see what happens with that. But right now,
she seems like a kind of character that I know no one sees themselves as the villain, but I don't really see her as a villain. She's a leader of a gang, but
she's an antagonist to them.
Yeah.
So
but I still don't see her as a villain.
She's not really a villain. She just thinks she's going after people who killed her dad.
Yeah.
But there's a rumor out there it wasn't in what time period was when her dad died? Was it, if it was during the 5 years, then it was probably Hawkeye. But
I was wondering about that.
We don't know exactly when her father died. What year was that? Was it?
That's a good question. What angle do you think they're going to go with this? Because obviously the at face value, it's that probably took place during the time where Clint was going mad with grief, and he did his Ronin thing. Just if you're any way, shape, or form affiliated with mob, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
So it would have been undiscriminative. I'm gonna kill whatever. I'm gonna kill you. But
the argument is he wasn't really killing innocent people. And is her father innocent, or you don't really, because he was just working in a what was it called?
The cog in the machine, bigger machine.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go different with that. Yeah. What if that wasn't Clint?
Right. That's what the theory is. If it's not in that 5-year time, what if it's after? Because
what if there were copycats?
Yeah, because we know after they all came, after he joined Natasha after Tokyo, he wasn't doing all those killings anymore, and so. We never know when her father died, what year that was, and
I noticed that I did look closely. I went back and I looked. The sword looked the same, so it did look like Ronin's sword.
Right, but he hasn't had that sword since the Battle of the battle
and the suit. So yeah,
somehow
that could have been the swordsman for all we know.
Because he wasn't.
But the swordsman didn't have it. The swordsman had the auction to buy it in the auction.
Right. Look, but it's like because we know for sure he didn't have that suit during the battle at the end of Endgame. Right. And the sword. So it had to be after Endgame because the sword got lost and all that wreckage. And so
what we're saying right now is it's possible that Marvel might go the route that Clint was mature enough to know when he killed people that it was people who 100% deserved it. Like people like Echo's father was a guy who was like a guy. I mean, depending on what he did and accomplished to rank up to within what level whatever he was at, Ronan could have seen him as easy, play to be in play to be killed indiscriminately, or to make Clint less of a, I don't know what's the word, dick. Right. Like it could be that it was somebody else. Yeah. But I'm thinking to make the story more complex and more deep, I'm thinking they're gonna go with maybe Clint did, like, that was him and he did kill everybody in that situation. Yeah. Because it would make the story more complex. I mean, Clint isn't doing it anymore. He stopped. I mean, he was grieving, and he did it for a specific reason. Hey, Echo's father was he was in the gang what he was in, and it is what it is. But now Clint is back on being on a more righteous path. Yeah. But Echo is still in pain from losing her father. So everybody seems to be pretty justified. So it's like this clash. It's like I mean, obviously I root for my Avenger more than other, but I understand Echo. So it's like, who do you root for?
It's because like she didn't know who it was.
Because if that was Clint, then Echo is justified. But at the same time, is she? I mean, because her father was doing crime, so, like she is. So what do you think? Like if it was Clint, it was Clint, is Echo justified, or like who do you root for?
I mean, you feel that pain for anyone who's lost a father. Like,
you feel sorry for
right
her.
Before her face, like she saw it happen.
Yeah,
and then she like rushed in there, like caught him, and was like, But so I mean, there's one thing out there though, like because when she was talking to what was his name, Kazi the clown. Mm-hmm. There was one of those tracksuit guys. Yeah. Like when they were sign languaging to each other, he just mentions like about how like whoever's above them doesn't want them going after Ronan, and that's kind of like, why doesn't he want that? Because we know in the comic book he's the one who kills Maya's father.
Okay.
Fist does, and so she does, and she finds out eventually that it was him, and so like so basically there was one theory out there like. The theory that that's true that he had her father killed was like, that's not Clint.
That wasn't Clint. It was something like else. That was Fisk probably taking advantage.
Finding somebody wear the suit.
Hey, if it turns out that that's the situation that it goes, that's real deep.
Yeah.
So so the main question would be, what would be better for the story? Would it be better for the story, more dramatic, that it would actually was Clint? And then still trying to have these two people still be okay with each other,
right?
Or is it? Or
it all depends.
I mean, we know Kingpin is who he is, so it's ruthless. So it makes more sense.
Also, that's the twist of the episode.
That could be a twist.
But also the other twist is like you see someone's hand touching Maya's face when she's young, but all you see is the hand. So that's a major twist of the movie. We think it's Kingpin.
Oh, come on, let's just be honest.
Well, I mean,
not only is it Kingpin, but it's the Daredevil Kingpin.
It's definitely Vincent. It's definitely Vincent D'Onofrio.
It's him. We've seen Kevin Feige isn't afraid to mess with us as the audience.
Right.
They got the Quicksilver from the Fox universe and had him play a version of Quicksilver in WandaVision just to mess with our heads. So
But then he wasn't really Quicksilver.
But he wasn't really Quicksilver.
Just to like tease us.
And we know that Kevin Feige and I forgot the other guy's name, the producer of the Netflix Marvel shows, they didn't get along, and Kevin Feige for a long time was ranked under him. But when Kevin Feige started making billions of dollars for Disney, then that changed, and like Kevin Feige didn't have to answer to that guy who produced the Netflix shows anymore.
Of course, that two year, like after the last Netflix show ended, there was like a 2-year gap. They couldn't use any of those characters,
right?
So that's now over,
right?
So it's like, but I mean, of course, when all you heard was like a laugh from this character, and all you saw was like a black suit and a hand reaching out to Maya.
That's why I think it's him.
Then you heard the laugh. He did a little friendly laugh towards Maya, and it sounded just like Vincent D'Onofrio.
That's why I think it's him.
So yeah,
because the suit was black.
Yes.
Now,
just like
because
right when he stepped into frame, I was like, oh my gosh, it's Fisk.
Now, if they were to pull the same Netflix version from Daredevil, obviously he would have been wearing white because he loved to wear his white suit. But we've seen in the comic books he wears white or he wears black. Mm-hmm. So for him to be wearing all black, the opposite of white is the color black. So I just feel like this is Kevin Feige going.
I mean, he did wear black a few times.
He did wear black a few times in the Daredevil, but he mostly wore white. So he's wearing black.
In the last season, he wore his
black suit,
the white one.
The white, a lot. Yeah, in the last season.
It was early in the Daredevil show, he's wearing the all black. But he does wear.
But if he's wearing the black suit more now, but wearing the black suit in the Hawkeye one, if it's him, I think it's because for two things. I think Kevin Feige would be telling us, okay, just because I know that because he. No, it's great casting. He did a great job.
Right.
I don't want to work with the Netflix people that much because I don't like that producer. But this guy is undeniable as a good Kingpin. But I'm gonna make him. I'll use the same actor, but I'm gonna make him my Kingpin, Kevin Feige Kingpin.
Right.
And I think that's what the black suit
reckon. It's a different variant.
I think he's a variant.
It's not the exact Fisk from that series.
Same actor,
but it's just the same actor.
But a variant, a Kevin Feige variant. So I think that's what the black suit represents. It's the same dude, but he's my dude. Yes. He now works for Kevin Feige. I think the only thing that tells us that it's the same guy, the actor playing Kingpin, but not the same Kingpin, is the fact that he was willing to do that same fan service with Quicksilver.
Right.
So we seen that Kevin Feige is willing to do it, to fuck with us and mess with our heads.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, I mean, like right when he stepped into frame, like because you saw her father kneeling down talking to her, and then right behind him, just a black suit steps in.
Right.
And like right then, I was like, that has to be Fisk.
I mean, yeah, because if it wasn't Fisk, you wouldn't have to hide him.
No,
you would just show him.
Why would you hide him?
Why would you hide him? You're messing with unless the genius of Kevin Feige is deeper than we think.
Right.
He's hiding him, even though it's not really that same actor, and it's a different actor, and he knew we would think it was that actor.
I mean, but it looked like him body shape, even though we saw we
only saw his arm,
torso down, and then the arm.
I didn't see the torso.
All
I saw was an arm.
Well, I mean, yeah. After her father steps away, but right when he steps into frame, you see like a big, large man.
I heard that even if they use the same actor, I heard that they're going to make him look like a bigger Kingpin. Like even though he was big in the Netflix version, they're going to make him even bigger. And what people don't realize is that character, even though he's that big and like it look like from Spider, but you probably were thinking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Right.
As big as they make him, whether it's that big in the Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse in the comic book or whatever, that is not fat.
Oh yeah.
Kingpin I read a comic book where Kingpin said he only has 3% body fat. Yeah. All of that is muscle.
Oh yeah.
That is crazy. That is why a normal, regular human being could kill Spider-Man with his bare hands, because he has that much mass and it's 97% muscle.
Right.
He can kill you. Like, it's crazy. I'm excited about that.
I mean, yeah, like you never see him like he's quick and agile. too. He's not slow.
Yeah.
So he's like he's just a muscular guy who's agile and he's just big.
He kicked Ben Affleck's ass
yeah. So that's another variant.
Yeah.
That's a different variant of Kingpin. But so basically it will be Vincent D'Onofrio, but just a different variant. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be the Fist from the Netflix series.
Right.
But it will be the same actor. And I mean
I hope he had let's say it's him. I hope he still, even if he doesn't physically, like if he's physically bigger, I hope that's the only thing that's different.
Right.
I still want him to act the same way he did in the Netflix show. Because
you shouldn't change that.
The way he even every time I saw Kingpin on screen on Daredevil, even though I 100% knew he was the villain, every time he spoke, I still felt for him.
Right.
I was like, I don't know why I was rooting for Daredevil, but a little bit of me was still kind of rooting for him too, because he delivered, like the way he talked. I don't know why I felt sorry for him. He had all the money in the world, all the power in the world. He was corrupting everybody, but I still felt for him. I don't know. That's just.
I mean, it's just the way
good actor. He's just great.
Like he just makes you feel sympathetic.
Yeah, because Kevin Feige should not lose that.
No,
they should not. That was perfect.
Right. I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing they've done in the past. Is they made their villains sympathetic.
Yes.
Like Loki.
Yes.
Especially Loki was the first one.
Yes.
And they've done it with a few other ones. But yeah, like Marvel, the MCU has like a way of making their villains. You actually care about what they're doing. Like
those are the most dangerous villains. The villains that think they're doing right. Yeah, Killmonger is a perfect example.
Loki just. I mean, as we found out in the Loki show,
daddy issues.
Yeah, but also you found out more of why Loki was doing what he was doing.
Yeah,
he's like basically he said like why like when
I don't like hurting people. Yeah,
it's like it's a thing that the weak do to strike fear into others.
Right.
Because basically he just wanted. Because I mean, at the end of Thor, he just wanted his father to be. He wanted Odin to be proud of him. Yeah. He's like I did this for you. He's like I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
And then that's when he just let go of Thor's hand, and then like basically, so that's why he became like what he did in Avengers, because he didn't get the praise he wanted from Odin.
Exactly.
And so he would just wanted to strike fear and have his own kingdom, which on Earth, and so it kind of basically it brought his story arc full swing in Loki.
Exactly.
By revealing why he did what he did, and
so for Hawkeye,
yes,
episode 4. Do you think we will see him? Because we still haven't even gotten Black Widow. We haven't gotten
the rumor
Florence,
of Yelena,
what's her name?
Yelena Belova. Yeah,
we still haven't gotten that.
Yeah,
and my prediction was that she was going to pop up by episode 3, and then it was just going to be a one and done. Now since we didn't get it in episode 3, now I'm thinking that. Because I thought she would pop in like episode 3 or episode 4, and they would fight for a little bit, but by the end of the episode, Clint would convince her that, I didn't really kill your sister.
because you think
now I'm thinking they're gonna save that for the final season.
Could be
for the final episode.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like,
I feel like if you don't fully see Fisk by the next episode, it'll be episode 5 for sure. I don't think they'll leave that for the very end. It's like they'll need.
Or will they reveal all in episode 6? What if they save? What if they save Black Widow, Fisk, and all that? All for that would be crazy. I'm hoping one episode.
Right? I'm hoping there's like more episodes of Fisk than that. Like it's not just one episode.
I hope so. I hope we get Fisk in 4, 5, and 6. I hope we get Fisk in 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking now.
We get them by like the next episode or episode 5.
What do you think they're gonna squeeze in the Black Widow thing? To me, Scarlett Johansson is dead. So I feel like her sister Florence is now Black Widow.
It's just, but I feel like him talking her down won't take much effort. He'll come be honest with Yelena about what actually happened on Vormir.
Yeah,
it's just like I don't basically like what really think I would kill my best friend I've had for years.
But let's be honest, Yelena's gonna kick their asses. At first, and then Clint will talk her down.
Right.
Maybe
there will be a fight.
Maybe it'll be a situation where she's about to kill Kate, and that's when Clint has to like talk her down.
Yeah.
Because right now, Yelena is being manipulated by
Val.
What's your Val? Yeah,
Contessa Valentine.
Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
Yeah. But don't call me that.
Dude, what if U.S. agent made a cameo? That would be crazy. Mm-hmm. But from Captain America's U.S. agent.
Oh yeah.
I don't think so. So
probably not because
Yelena's gonna make the appearance.
Yeah.
Because she's in the IMDb. I feel like they're gonna fight. It's gonna be brutal. And then by the end of it, Clint will talk her down. Maybe I feel like maybe he'll have Kate at her mercy, and is about to kill Kate, and that's when Clinton's gonna have to talk her down, and everything. I was hoping that it would be done in the mid-season, and then the real big bad, because we still so we have Kingpin to deal with. We got Yelena out there, Black Widow out there,
and the rest of
maybe we have a Kingpin out there. And we're only on episode 4, about to come up on episode 4. We still have the swordsman to deal with.
Right.
What the hell is going to happen?
The way it ended in this episode, I guess we'll find out more about Jack in this next episode, because the way 3 ended, he was right there in the penthouse. And so it's there's so many threads of
3 episodes left.
Armand's death.
Right.
We have to hopefully get that revealed.
So we have 3 episodes left. What if it's going to be like this? Episode 4, Kingpin. Episode 5, Yelena, Black Widow. Episode 6, the Swordsman. Mm-hmm. Maybe that's how they're going to do it.
Maybe. So I hope Kingpin's in has parts in every episode. Though.
Yeah, I do too.
It needs to be.
I do too.
This is not a quick little 1 episode thing.
Yeah, and then he mentions, "You remind me of this Daredevil in Hell's Kitchen that I had to deal with." Right.
But I, of course, have to give a shout out to how you say her name, Alakwa Cops. Mm-hmm. For being a deaf actress, her acting was superb.
Her character is so awesome.
See, I didn't know. I thought she was just playing a deaf character.
And you said that prosthetic leg, that's for real?
Yeah, her prosthetic leg is real, because they did an interview with her, and she actually has a prosthetic leg, and she's actually deaf. So that's just amazing. She's actually just. I thought the character was just deaf, but I didn't know her herself in real life was deaf.
And she's good.
And she brought some superb acting.
I like her.
To the scene she was in, and just you could feel the emotion, even though there was no talking from her.
And I like her as a character. I don't know much about the Echo character, and I don't know anything at all about Echo in the comic books. Yeah. But from what I've seen in this series, I like the fact that she knows how to assess her enemy. Like when she was boxing in the ring, she noticed that her opponent was favoring his right hand, and she notices everything, and we can pick out your weaknesses real quick. So I'm curious on what they're gonna do. I'm hoping that this is the exact same Wilson Fisk from the Daredevil series. But if they don't, if it's a variant, okay.
Just at least have the same mentality.
Exactly.
Just it doesn't be the same variant. Just because we're doing variants.
The easiest and most logical thing to do would be to make him a variant, but I hope it's a variant that's very close to that version.
Very similar mentality. And
so if it's a variant, what do you think? Will Daredevil be a variant? Should they recast the same actor or just hire somebody else?
I definitely say it needs to be Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox, at least those two, coming into the MCU.
I would love a movie with them too.
Yeah, it needs after the 3 seasons between both of them, it wouldn't feel any right to have any other actors in those roles.
Even if it's a variant, even if they're variants. I still, even if they make a movie from them later, I still hope that even if they're variants, would still have a similar history from what we've already seen. Because you can have the best of both worlds. You can still look towards the Netflix series as source material, but it's not. If we ever want to defer from all of that, they're just variants. Yeah. So you can have the best of both worlds. You can say it's a similar universe or a similar history, but if we ever want to depart with one thing or another, you can say, because that didn't happen 100% in the Netflix series. Why are you saying that it happened this way? Because they're variants. I think you can have the best of both worlds a little bit. I mean, a universe that's similar but not 100%.
I mean, of course, we won't know for sure because it's multiverse.
Yeah,
it could be the exact same versions from Netflix.
Yeah,
it could just be variants.
They can say it's 100% the Netflix actors, but they can still say at the same time say it's variants.
Yeah,
they can have the best of both worlds.
Whatever they do, I mean, just as long as it's those actors, I think we'll be okay.
As long as it's those actors, it's fine. And the same mannerisms and stuff. I hope so because I think they both crushed it.
Oh yeah.
But let us know.
We need that same mentality and passion between those characters, and
man,
like they've already have history.
That last episode of Daredevil, I beat you. That was awesome, dude. I love that last episode.
Yeah.
But let us know what you guys think about our thoughts about it. Share your theories, your speculations on what's to come, and for Daredevil, for Echo, for Kingpin. Is it him? I'm thinking it is.
I know. I mean, yeah, that's the question because all we saw was just a brief outlined in the arm reaching down to Maya Lopez.
Dude, Kevin Feige is really messing with us, dude. Is it Toby? Is it Andrew? Right. Is it Kingpin? Is it really
going to be in the?
Where's Mephisto?
Right. Mephisto's been a major tease.
They're messing. Kevin Feige is really messing with us, dude. So put it down in the box below. Let us know what you guys think.
Is it Wilson Fisk?
Is it Wilson? Hashtag is it Fisk? Yeah. Let us know what you guys think, and then we'll talk about it. An upcoming. I can't wait to see episode 4. So if you want more, let us know what you guys think, and maybe we'll be back next week for episode 4 of Hawkeye. Overall, I'm loving it. This episode's getting better and better and better.
Definitely agree.
I can't wait. I love the dude that they got playing the Swordsman. Man. I've seen him in Narco. Or is it Narco? So the TV show on Netflix. I think Narco. Yeah. He's no. That's not what I saw him in. Better Call Saul.
Okay.
He's playing almost a very similar character. Nice. That actor is very good at gaslighting. Because remember the way he was gaslighting Kate with the whole when they were sword fighting. He was pretending like he was playing down his skill. Yeah. And then she could tell, and she lunged at his face, and he parried it. He does the same thing, not with swords, but in the show Better Call Saul. He downplays his ruthlessness in the narcotics family in the same way, and I feel like that's why they cast him to play the swordsman, because he is so good at gaslighting, pretending like he's all nice and stuff. He's talking to you nice, and the whole time he's talking to you very nicely, he's threatening you at the same time. He's very good at that. So
interesting.
It's very good. If you haven't seen him in Better Call Saul, look at this latest season of the show Better Call Saul. If you're a Breaking Bad fan, he is. I can't wait to see what he's about. I feel like it's the 6th episode. It's going to end with him. And my theory about her mother is still the same. I feel like she's corrupt. She's in on it.
That's what I told my friends earlier in our
She's in on this shit.
She's major sus.
She's in on this. We didn't see how her father died.
No.
She's in on this shit.
Yeah, just listen, your father's downstairs. I'll be downstairs.
Yeah.
And they're both downstairs when this whole thing happened. And then all of a sudden, there's no body.
She saw aliens attack, and she's like, "Oh, this is the perfect time to stab him." Right? I'm no.
And plus, you never see his body.
Yeah, you never. Yeah, she killed him.
Something's wrong with her. She's major sus.
She's too sus. Yeah, I think she's in on it. And
Eleanor Bishop.
She could be the real swordsman for all we know. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. But let us know what you guys think.
Anyways, no matter what it is, it's
a good show though.
Oh yeah,
it's still they're all doing great. I can't wait to see it. Comment below. Let us know what you guys think. Like, subscribe, and then until next time, guys. Peace.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal.